Hello, and welcome to my second online reading for Beyond Enlightened. My name is Tammy, and I'm sincerely honored that you've chosen to spend a few minutes of your time with me. Before we get started, I wanted to answer a question that someone asked. They wanted to know how many chakras we have and how many cards or candles can you choose. Well, the answer is we have 7 chakras, and you may choose as many candles or cards that you feel a connection with. If you feel a connection with all of them, then listen to the entire video. Someone else asked me if I can tell if they will be in a relationship soon. Yes, I can tell, but not in this reading. The reading I'm doing for the video is all about self. It is all about what you can do to start ridding yourself of negativity to bring in the positive. Look, if you don't love yourself or you're calling to old ways that clearly did not work, then who cares if he or she loves you? You're risking getting into another relationship, trying to fill a void that can only be filled by you. Another thing is that in the last reading, you were giving advice on what to do. Unless I am telling you to go out and rob a bank or kill someone, please give it some serious thought. Readings are worthless if you aren't going to listen. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. The same setup as last time. Notice that there's 7 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then you'll also notice that there's 7 candles. The red, the orange, yellow, green, light blue, dark blue, and purple. You can pick a number and a candle, or you can just pick a number or just candles, how many or however you choose. Go ahead and give yourself as much time as you need and pause the video if you want. Okay, so hopefully you've had time to find a connection with a candle or candles or a card or cards. So we're going to go ahead and get started with the first reading, which is going to be the root chakra. So card 1 is all about the root chakra, and it is located just under your spine in the lower back. The root chakra is your stability and security, and if this chakra is without balance, you can count on thoughts of worry and fear and instability. Physical ailments can be lower back issues, leg pain such as restless leg syndrome, possibly knee pain, and feet problems. The first card is perspective, or the Milky Way. So it looks like you've lost your perspective. A good saying for the root chakra is to need, and to want is to want. So step out of the situation and look at it from a logical standpoint. You're going to want to go ahead and take out all the emotions and use only the facts to broaden your perspective. All right, so next we have the 3 of Swords, but it's upside down. This card indicates that whatever you are so worried about, that it's getting better. Looking at these things from a neutral point will allow clarity. Next we have the 6 of Pentacles. The 6 of Pentacles is warning of financial troubles if you do not watch your spending. So next we have the Page of Wands. Okay, well, the Page of Wands is indicating that you're in a karmic cycle. When you did have enough, it feels like you were overindulgent and maybe did not help when you could have. The 10 of Wands is now in a cycle of working too much, carrying too much of the burden, and you are now in a situation that you need to ask for help. Okay, so at one point you were full of pride, and now you're being asked to show your humility. Be mindful of neglect, and watch out for a lack of patience. The Emperor, this is a really good card. It's saying that you will achieve your goals, but you have to find balance. And next we have the Hermit. And the Hermit is asking you to get lots of rest. And finally, we have the Empress, who is reversed, and she is just confirming the entire reading that you are in financial worry, and that you need to watch your spending. Watch out for reckless behaviors. Okay, and then next we have the Clouds. And okay, so for this reading, the Clouds is all about asking for help. It's about shape-shifting into a leader and bringing it all together without forgetting your roots. And that concludes the reading for the root chakra. Okay, so next we have card 2, or the orange candle, and this represents the sacral chakra located right below your belly button. The sacral chakra represents sexual energy and your emotions. If it is imbalanced, then you may have a low sex drive and may have repressed emotions. Physical ailments of a blocked sacral chakra could be lower tummy pains, such as cramping, issues with fertility, and possibly problems with your kidneys. So the first card, representing card 2 and the orange candle, is the rainbow card. This card is asking that you count your blessings. A blocked sacral chakra can leave one feeling unsatisfied and wanting more. This card is asking that you recognize that you do have enough. So the next card that we have here is the Tower in reverse. That means that you currently might be in a bad situation, possibly having lost your job or considering finding a new one. The next card is the King of Cups reversed, and that suggests that there is someone who is a leader that shouldn't be trusted. It looks like this person comes off as controlling and arrogant. Combined with the Tower, it looks like you're being blamed for something or involved in something that you shouldn't, that you maybe should have avoided. Counting your blessings means that you have already gotten through it, or you are almost there. You need to express your emotions of courage, and this is a time that you really need to stand up for yourself and hold true to your values. Keep a good head on your shoulders, not so much as an emotional wreck. The next card is Strength, and it's asking that you change your behaviors and start dealing with your emotions with thought and courage, i.e. strength. The next card we have is the Eight of Cups, and it is telling you to recognize that you're putting yourself last when in actuality you need to put yourself first. It wants you to know that your feelings are very real and you really need to start addressing them. Okay, so the next card, the Five of Swords, it's saying that you're becoming resentful and harsh in your personal relationships. So what I would say from now on, if somebody hurts your feelings, then you really need to tell them. You need to say, hey, you hurt my feelings, and I want you to apologize first, and then we can talk about the facts. Okay, well, so next we have the Knight of Cups, and it is suggesting that maybe you find yourself a hobby that will allow you to freely express yourself. Maybe writing, painting, pottery, I don't know, sewing. Just something that will allow you time to deal with the core reason that you believe that you are so unimportant. So next we have the Hangman that's in reverse. Start reflecting on your spirituality, your motivation with people. It really feels like it's on the decline. And finally, we have the Ancestors card, and this is really time for you to go back as far as you possibly can to start relieving yourself of negative energy. It feels like your current situation is having you finally ask yourself why on a whole new level. It's not like you're asking because of entitlement, rather on a higher level, that where you're seeking truth and change. And that's going to do it for card 2. Some of you may have noticed that I changed my candles out. The only reason I did it was because they were running low, but this won't have any effect on your reading. So we're going to go ahead and talk about card 3, which is the solar plexus, represented by the yellow candle. This chakra is located in your upper abdomen and has everything to do with your self-esteem, your willpower, and your motivation. If it's imbalanced, then you can count on low self-esteem, depression, maybe paranoia. The physical ailments could be problems with the nervous system, upper abdomen problems, the liver, and maybe diabetes. So we're going to go ahead and start with the reading. The first card that we pull is love or compassion. This card is suggesting that you are a magnetic field at this time. It is asking that you put yourself first and you put yourself in line with what you're good at. It's asking you that you forgive what you haven't mastered and realize that your curiosity brought about knowledge. It's also asking that you build yourself up with the same empathy and the same love that you show to others. Forgiveness will allow you to free yourself from judgment that you are inflicting upon yourself. Simply said, you are just entirely too hard on yourself. The next card we have is the Hanged Man. And the Hanged Man is suggesting that you might be somewhat of a control freak. With that being said, that's a burden all in itself. To have complete control is to have none at all. The next card that we have is the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups is representing someone younger who is going to bring you energy, and if you allow them to do so, then they can actually help you. The next card that we pull is the Page of Wands reversed. And the Page of Wands actually explains your hesitance. Old ways they're really holding you back. So be patient with yourself and be patient with others. Allowing a new energy in to assist will really, really help you. It also feels like you already know this person. So hear them out instead of making them feel like you do. It looks like you actually have the opportunity to help yourself as well as building up a young person. The next card is the Three of Pentacles. And the Three of Pentacles is saying that all of your hard work is going to be recognized. So you really, really need to give yourself a break. You are good enough. You are doing a great job. And you are awesome. The next card is the Moon. And, okay, so the Moon is actually asking you to reflect and maybe spend some time in the dark. Maybe outside under the night sky. Quite possibly allowing you to hide as you start to realize your own inner truths. Your low self-esteem didn't happen all on its own, and you need to really start asking yourself when it started and when you started overcompensating and why. Once you start seeing the past for what it really is and the illusion that you have created, then you'll be ready for the sun. So then we have the Eight of Pentacles, and it's in reverse, and it is saying that you're bored anyway. So if you're bored anyway, what's holding you back? Well, it would be a lack of confidence. And you're missing out on an open window because of a lack of confidence, because of fear. So ask yourself what you want to do. And mostly, stop letting others influence you. Secondly, take money out of the equation and start taking steps to a happier you. The next card is the Seven of Wands reversed. And it's saying, let go of your old ways. Okay, so then we have the King of Swords. So we have no emotions. We have logic. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. Well, this really seems like, yikes. This seems like you really need to let go of what mom and dad are saying or what they have said. And you really need to do what you feel is right. Man, we learn so much from our parents, and some of it just does not work for us. You really have to listen to you and take your life, take your accountability, your fails and your achievements, and be proud of every single moment. Moving on, we have Spring Equinox, which, sneak peek, and the Forest card. Well, it looks like this is a time of transformation for you. So get rid of anything that no longer needs to be there. And this includes your old ways. This card is the planting of new seeds and letting them grow into new opportunities, new ways, good changes. And then you have the Forest card, and it's just summing up your unhealthy ways of living by fear. It's saying walk through the forest and anticipate, notice, and manifest the best. If you look up instead of looking down, then you'll see the ray of sunshine that lights up many different paths. And that concludes Chakra 3. Okay, so we're now moving on to the Heart Chakra, card 4, or the green candle. The Heart Chakra is all about self-love, love for others, and accountability. If your heart chakra is out of balance, you may notice that you have depression, maybe isolate yourself, instability, perhaps loneliness. The physical ailments could be upper back problems, diseases or problems with your breast, problems with your arms, possibly asthma, heart disease, and there's a few more. But for right now, we are going to go ahead and start the reading. So the first card that we're pulling is the DNA, or the Karma card. This is a really cool card for the reading on the heart. Basically, this is suggesting an argument that you are having within yourself. Your human tendencies have been long dictated to you by society and the physical plane. But it's like you're feeling that there's something more going on. Like you're tired of thinking in a box, and you're ready to make a giant leap out. You are in fact looking for your spiritual DNA versus your physical. So the Seven of Wands reversed is saying that you are the one that's holding yourself back by your own lack of confidence. And moving on, we have the Ace of Swords, and that is saying that you're going all sorts of ways on your emotions. So with that, I want to let you know that you know what is right, but you are scared for whatever reason. Moving on, we have the Hermit card, which is saying that you might be reflecting too much on the past, and it also suggests you might be too proud to ask for help. Further, this card is saying that you need to get back in touch with your spirituality. And again, you are right. There is much more than the physical. the feelings of loneliness that you're experiencing could be coming from a lack of direction. So moving on, we have the Six of Cups, and it is confirming that you are living in the past with woulda, coulda, shoulda, and you really need to stop. You're about to actually embark on something that's even bigger and more fulfilling. It almost feels like it's I don't know. It feels like you're just making a lot of excuses right now, and again, you just need to stop. And so finally, we have the Three of Swords, and the Three of Swords is suggesting that you are blaming the past for your current situation. And you need to know that this is not true. You're the one that's holding you back. So with that, all right, so with that, we have the Rain card. And the Rain card is all about cleansing yourself. And it's about grieving over what you finally need to grieve about and making room for opportunities when you do. The final card is the Stone People, and it's asking you to open up all of your senses and to follow your intuition about opportunities. It's also asking that you ask your guides for help. And that is the end of card number 4, the Heart Chakra reading. Okay, so we are now going to move on to the Throat Chakra, which is card 5, or the light blue candle. The Throat Chakra is what dictates your communication, your presentation. If this chakra is not balanced, then you may notice that you're feeling anxious, awkward, maybe isolated. The physical ailments of the throat chakra in need of decongesting could be thyroid issues, neck and shoulder pains, sore throat, coughing, and a few other things. But for now, we're going to go ahead and start the reading. And the first card that we have is the full moon, or completion. Okay, so maybe you just finished something that required successful communication, maybe a presentation, maybe finally communicating effectively in a relationship, possibly handling confrontation in an effective way. With that, this card is confirming success and advising you to now take a rest. There are more opportunities coming to you, but you need to be prepared, hence, get rest. Okay, so the next card is the Knight of Cups, and it's warning you of someone who isn't so nice. Well, this might have been what you were dealing with, but the throat chakra is communication along with presentation. So present yourself as thought out and logical. Maybe take notes if you need to. I mean, that might help. Our next card is Strength reversed, and it's saying that you either felt really threatened by what was going on, or you are, or you're about to, with this situation. So with that, be careful of coming across as arrogant or petty. The next card is the Page of Wands, and it's letting you know that new opportunities are on their way. The Devil in reverse is asking you to be confident and to show your strengths. And then you end up with the Ten of Swords in reverse, and it's letting you know that you've gained knowledge that will help you move on to higher achievements. And it's also warning that you not go back to old behaviors. Maybe meditate to keep yourself grounded. And then next we have the Ocean card. And it's saying that you may no longer go within when you're hurt. It's asking you to keep growing, and it's saying that you need to really start communicating how you're feeling. So just keep in mind that the more you communicate on how you're feeling, the easier it's going to get. And that's the end of the throat chakra reading. Okay, now we have the third eye chakra located right in the middle of your forehead. This is represented by card 6 or the dark blue candle. The third eye is your intuition, your empathy, and your open-mindedness. If it is out of balance, then you may feel lost or without direction or purpose. The physical ailments of an imbalanced third eye, you could have sleep problems, maybe trouble with your metabolism, maybe high blood pressure, finding yourself feeling sick more often than most, possibly headaches. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So we have card 1, which is music and harmony. This card is suggesting that things are going pretty well for you at this time. With that, make sure that you are working on keeping this chakra free and clear. Make sure that you are following your intuition and keeping yourself free of judgment. That's to include imposing judgment upon yourself. If you or those around you make a mistake, then practice empathy. Next, we have the 5 of Swords. This card is suggesting that you may have some apologizing to do. Apparently, it took a lot for you to get where you are, but somehow it feels like you may have some guilty feelings about it. The next card is the Emperor. So the Emperor suggests that with all that you've learned, you're about to be positioned in a higher level as a mentor or a teacher. Be careful of your presentation and make sure that you're practicing balance and empathy and listening. The next card is the Knight of Swords. And it's suggesting an impulsive student that seems to be kind of scattery, maybe harsh, maybe with a controlling personality. Again, they're asking you to practice empathy, patience, and understanding. Also, you may want to implement speaking to others as you would like to be spoken to. The next card is the 8 of Pentacles. And this card is all about patience, growth, and development. Also, positive changes are on the way. And the next card is the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups, this is a warning card. It's warning you to be strong and to maintain your boundaries. This is a card about moving on to the next level of development. And if you start feeling drained or defeated, then you really need to get rest. Maybe meditate and look towards your guides for help. And then finally, we end up with the Love or Compassion card. Although we are practicing boundaries, you need to love without effort, and you can absolutely love while protecting yourself. This oracle card, it's asking that you continue to love with kindness, and it wants you to free yourself. It wants you to love without judgment, fear, or anger. And that is the end of the third eye chakra reading. Okay, now we are moving on to the crown chakra. This is card 7, or the purple candle. The crown chakra is located at the top of your head, and it is your connection to the universe. If it is not balanced, you may feel a disconnection, maybe missing something, or perhaps lost. Physical ailments consist of migraines, depression, and maybe fatigue. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what's going on. Alright, so the first card that we get is Winter Solstice. This oracle card is asking that you take time for yourself. Take time to reflect on what you've done, what you've accomplished, and what went well and what didn't. Then take time to do the same thing for the present and start taking action to let go of the negativity to allow for new successes for the future. Then we have the Autumn Equinox card. And the Autumn Equinox is asking you to release what you no longer need and allow yourself to change and manifest light and opportunity, and to let go of any negative feelings as they're not helping you. Instead, they're actually hindering you. And then next we move on to the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is indicating that good news is coming. You're about to have a newfound energy that is going to ignite your passion. Then we have the Emperor that's upside down. And he warns that you really need to find balance and not to wear yourself out by taking on too much. He's saying watch out for your emotions and making decisions. Yeah, the Fool upside down. He's also suggesting that you watch your decision-making skills. For some reason, there's a fear that's causing some strong emotion here. Let's see, the next card. Okay, wow, the next card is the Star, and she's talking about the same things. So it looks like you may have lost your connection, or possibly you're relying on yourself versus the help of your physical and spiritual team. The Star card is asking that you get it together respectfully, process, dry up your tears, and look at the positive. It's also asking you for reflection. The next card is the Two of Wands. And the Two of Wands is saying that there's a lack of communication, and because of it, you're feeling depressed and possibly retreating inward. You need to know that people's intentions, they're not always the same as yours. So finally we have Lightning. And this card is saying that you absolutely have the power to change this. You can change it for the good, or you can change it for the bad. It's saying that you need to communicate, rely on your spiritual connection, and ask for help. So that concludes our 7th chakra reading for the crown chakra. Thank you so much for allowing me the opportunity to join you and the opportunity to offer assistance. Be sure to like and subscribe for future notifications. Again, my name is Tammy with Beyond Enlightened, and always be light.